So today we're going to learn about possessive adjectives. So an adjective is a word that describes a noun. And these are possessive adjectives because they describe a noun by telling who it belongs to. So for example, my pen describes that the pen belongs to me. So our possessive adjectives in English look like this: my, your, his, her, our. I'm going to put your again for the plural. And we should have another your up here too. One for tu and one for usted. There and another your. So this one's going to be for vosotros and this one's going to be for ustedes. Alright? Now, step one is you want to pick the right possessive adjective. This step is going to be all about getting the adjective based on the owner. You're going to pick the adjective that matches the owner. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on here, is who has the thing. So if it's my thing, I'm going to say mi in Spanish. If it's yours in tu, then I'm going to say tu. Notice, tu as the subject has an accent. Tu as the possessive adjective does not. Yours in usted, his, and her are all covered by su. Our, think about the our father, padre nuestro, so our is nuestro. Yours in vosotros, or all y'alls, is vuestro. And there, and yours in ustedes, is all covered by su as well. So you can see su has a lot of meanings. So in the first step, you want to move up and down this list, and you want to pick the possessive adjective that matches who owns the item. Now step two, because we're dealing with adjectives in Spanish, is we have to do adjective agreement. Remember where we make the adjective match the noun it's describing. Now these adjectives are all describing the thing owned. So that's what we're going to focus on here. Okay? In this step, it's not about the person who owns it, but the thing that they own. Or with a family member, it could be a person as well, but the object that they have. Okay? So if you think about adjectives that end in O, remember they have four different forms. They have a masculine and feminine form, and a singular and plural form. Remember when we did like alto, for example. It had alto, alta, altos, altas. Well, the same would be true for nuestro. Nuestro is the masculine singular form of the adjective, like our father, nuestro padre. But if it were our mother, then we're going to say nuestra in the feminine. And then, of course, we just add s's to make them plural. Nuestros, nuestras. So our aunts would be nuestras tías. Vuestro would have the exact same forms, just change the N to a V. Remember, too, that all of the other adjectives that don't, for all the other possessive adjectives that don't end in O, they only change from the singular to the plural. So mi becomes mis, tu becomes tus, and su becomes sus. All right. So if I wanted to say, for example, his cousins, I would go back to my first slide and I would find my possessive adjective that means his, which is su. Then I'm going to look at, in my second step, the noun primos, and I'm going to see that that noun is masculine and plural. Now because I'm using su, it doesn't matter that it's masculine, but because it's plural noun, I have to add the s here. So the only time you add an s on the end is if the noun that follows is plural, and you need to make your possessive adjective match it. If you keep the two steps separate, pick your possessive adjective to match the person, and then look at the noun after it to put on an ending to your adjective, you should avoid mistakes.